Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you may be. I'm your host, Dave, at the Arizona Model Shop. And today, I'm going to be doing a review on this little boy, a PT-109. So we'll get into this one. It's a 20-page instruction booklet, and it's got some neat little features to it. Color, I mean, it's better than some of the Revell instructions I've seen. Gives you a list of the color breakdowns, how to mix, gives you a parts list. So it has 14 sprues total. There's 2 doubles, plus the hull and the deck. So 17 or so part sprues, and it's pretty straightforward, actually, not bad. And it does give you some options. You can do this on with the cannon that they mounted, the little 37mm anti-tank gun, or you can put the boat or the life draft back on it. It's your choice. Comes with a stand, of course, and all that good stuff. That those things are kind of flimsy, but the instructions are pretty straightforward. Not bad. And there's some decals that go on the. See if I can get that out there. There you go. Stupid glare. Decals that go on to where the main wheel is. And then, like I say, there's some options you can do. Make it earlier than when John F. Kennedy was on the boat, and afterwards. So, but overall, these are pretty good instructions. Pretty simple, straightforward. And then it comes with 2 different paint schemes. See if we can get that glare off there for you. So this is the one before that John F. Kennedy took possession of it, and this has been in August to February 42, 43 in the South Pacific Solomon Islands. Well, that's the way it looked there. And then the back page is when John F. Kennedy got it, and that was August August 2nd, 1943. That's when it was sunk, and it's kind of cool that they've actually found it. Robert Ballard found it. So that's the instructions. 20 pages, 52 different moves on it, which isn't too bad. There is a pack of clear parts. I left them in there so I wouldn't lose them anywhere. These are for the windows and the little splash screen up front. That would be sprue K, J, and D. So there's 3 sprues attached in there, and then it comes with some instruction sheet and the decals. So there's the decals. There's the little instrument panel right here, and then the numbers. There's 2 there, and then one just says torpedo boat one side, and the other one says Lieutenant J.G. John F. Kennedy, and then the thing goes in the thing. And of course, national flag, the ensign. Okay, let's get into the sprues. We'll start off with sprue A. I've already cut one piece out. I taped together the hull so you can see it. But looking at it, looks like a fairly new tool. I don't see a lot of flash. There is some tiny little imperfections here, typical where it's warm or cold in the mold. But not bad. Detail on the cabinet was good there. A little molded on step. Probably use if you can find. There's photo etch for this thing, by the way. I'll see if I can find the links and put them in there for you. But sprue A looks pretty good. There's a little ladder. But not too many. I don't see a lot of flash. All the injection pin marks are on the inside, which is nice. So that's sprue A. And we'll go to B. And this is where you find some of your. This is your whatchamacallit. Let's see if we can zoom this in a little bit. How's that? Your stand. Here's some more of the parts, machine guns, sides. There's a little wheel. Oh, there's the cannon right there. Little booger right there. So like I say, I can see a little blemishes in the surface, but not a lot of flash. So something maybe just take a quick swipe with a sanding stick and call it good. Definitely need to wash it. It's you can feel the releases on there pretty good. But that's sprue B. And C is 2 parts. So there's the one and the identical one. So on this you get the nameplate, and then there's your propellers, life ring, the little, these are the vents that go forward, the depth charges, looks like some of the tie downs, lockers, 2 of the rudders. This thing had 3 rudders, 3 props. So Hewlett-Packard's motors, 4,800 horsepower, I think, throughout. I think you do 41 miles an hour. That's pretty good for a 90-foot Elco boat. Then we're on to sprue E. I don't see any. There's a little bit of flash on this little stand right here, but and a little piece cut off there. Otherwise, there's not a lot of flash in here. Parts look crisp. So it's definitely a newer tool, which is good. And like I say, most of the injection mold parts are on the inside here, all over the place. But yeah, there's some flash right there. But that looks good. It's pretty sturdy styrene too. Doesn't want to give you a lot of give. And then we got sprue E or F, excuse me. More of your components for the main deck. There's the bat, looking like the front of it. There's your instrument panel. There's some flash on these little rails that went, pardon me, went around the little tubs where the machine guns were. So there is some there. There's a little bit on this antenna, a little bit on the bottom here, but not bad. You're not going to spend weeks and weeks cleaning flash. Pardon me. Okay, we got a little one here. This is G. And this one doesn't look too bad, but you can see some little blemishes in the, and you can see them right there. But these usually sand out fast. This is part of the bow that goes in, and then your wonderful little molded in life raft. So you can find a piece to put in there, cut that middle out, and make it look a lot better. But there is G, sprue G, and I don't see any flash on this one. Then we got another small one. This one is H, and this is where the 20mm mounts, the one up front. There's your steering wheel, looks like, or a wheel. Shoulders, base mount. There is a tiny bit of flash in here, and these little nubs that you're going to have to take off and sand. But I think you can get around that, no problem. It's actually pretty good. Looks like a coffee pot almost. Yeah, that one looks good. And then you have a double of sprue I. And the biggest thing I've seen so far is on this is you're going to have to deal on the torpedo tubes with a seam line. Hopefully you can get it together tight enough and not lose any of the ribbing that goes around it. One thing to consider is also maybe putting a small piece of styrene down the center line, just to make it look like a seam or a weld seam. But these look crisp, clean, and then this is more of that, and then looks like pulleys of some sort. Yeah. Oh, this is probably for the gun, the tank mount. You can put that in there. Little nubs in between, a little bit of flash on these smaller round ones. Nothing to worry about. And then this is, as I say, this is the same one. There's 2 of those. And then we got the final one is L. It looks like miscellaneous equipment. And we got some plugs here that got to come off the sides. No flash on that. There's the little anti-tank gun. That's pretty ingenious of them to mount that on there. Oops. But I don't see any flash on this one. This one looks good too. So, okay, let me get the hull and get this out of the way. So I taped the hull together, and the fit seems to be all right. I'm definitely going to have to take your time with it, make sure you get that right and everything tight. But so far, real good there. Good on the front. As you can see, I just put a couple pieces of tape, and this little piece back here is just stuck in there. This is a separate piece, this one right here. It has to be, that comes up the back. Inside there is one supporting column here. I would probably think about maybe putting one in the back here and one across the bow, just to give it that, because this is a little more flexible, give it that rigidness. It's 172 PT boat. Okay, it says it right there. But otherwise, this looks real crisp and clean. Probably could use some drilling out of these little holes on the side where they had built, the bilge pump and water, cooling water for those big old Packard engines. It's amazing they had two of those things in there. There is a little bit of a blemish right here. I can see it right there. Yep. Can you see it right there? Kind of like a little divot. So something we have to watch. And a couple back here too, along these, right here and here. But otherwise, I think it'd give a good sand. I mean, overall, it looks good. Main deck is a little warped. It's got a little warp through it, but otherwise, I mean, once it's down, it stays on there and fits fairly well. I definitely have to put some weight in the middle of this thing, just to give it that thing, make sure it's good and tight. But it looks crisp and clean up here, and even on the molded on stuff, the little vents and tie downs and hatch covers have all got some sort of detail on it. Like I say, I would definitely put some reinforcing there, and I don't know if you want to put one down the sides here, maybe one or two across here with some square stock. That would be good. So it was packaged real well. Really heavy bags that were a pain in the butt to get open, but everything was nice and sealed. Yeah, there goes the tape. But can't beat that. I think that was about all I had on this thing. Like I say, it's not a bad kit. It's probably an improvement over some of the older Revell versions or Lindbergh or something like that, but look forward to getting to this one. It's a shame that she got sunk. Probably would have burned her anyway. That's what they did to all of them at the end. If you have any questions or comments about this thing, hit me up on email or something. I can answer the best I can. Like I say, give you a little more in depth on it. But yeah, you could pimp this thing out pretty good. I'll try to find the photo etch set. I believe it was Tom's Model Works that had one for this, so a little added there bonus. So you can find some 3D printed torpedo tube launchers that you don't have to worry about sanding them at all. So, well, I hope you enjoyed the review, and I'll keep making more if you guys want. I got some, what'd I get? Oh, that Missouri. That'll be a big two-parter like I did in the Arizona. There was way too many parts to do in one video. Poor Jeff and Mac would fall over because it's over 10 minutes. So, alright, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. If you want a shop card, hit me up. My email address is at the end of the video. And y'all take care.